Now to a big KCAL News investigation. Genetic testing companies like 23andMe have to get your permission before they store, use, or sell your DNA. But your state government doesn't. In fact, here in the state of California, they store DNA samples from every baby born here. In response to our decade-long investigation, KCAL News investigative correspondent Julie Watts shows us why some lawmakers are now pushing for more transparency.
Yeah, if you're even related to somebody born in California since 1983, a portion of your DNA is likely in the state's massive newborn genetic biobank. Now, we've been reporting on the issue for about a decade, and suddenly the state is refusing to tell us who else has access to those samples. Now, we know the biobank is saving lives, but it's that appearance of state secrecy that's raising concerns.
He was very cute, very adorable baby, and he has a lot of hair.
Ronnie's dad has wonderful memories.
Perfectly healthy.
Of seeing his son for the first time. What happened next was an afterthought. Like every baby born in the state, little Ronnie got a heel prick shortly after birth. His newborn blood filled 6 spots on a special card used to test babies for dozens of congenital disorders that, if treated early enough, could prevent severe disabilities or death. A couple of days after taking their seemingly healthy boy home from the hospital,
We got a call.
they learned Ronnie's heel prick revealed a rare genetic disorder called SCID.
He was diagnosed with no immune system at all.
It's known as the bubble boy disease. Ronnie's first infection could have killed him. Instead, he was rushed to UCSF, where he received life-saving gene therapy and where he met Dr. Puck.
I could never have developed a newborn screening test for SCID if we hadn't had stored dried blood spots.
Dr. Puck created the test that saved Ronnie's life. It was the first developed using extracted DNA from leftover blood spots stored in California's massive newborn genetic biobank. You see, doctors only need a few spots for the baby's own life-saving genetic test. The rest becomes property of the state. California has been storing blood spots from every baby born here since 1983 and can now test newborns for more than 80 rare disorders thanks to research using those blood spots. California has amassed the largest stockpile of blood spots in the country, one of only a handful of states that stores them indefinitely without asking for parents' permission.
Were you aware that the state was storing your child's DNA?
No.
Do you think you should have been aware?
Absolutely.
And therein lies the concern. Instead of getting permission or letting you know you can opt out of storage or research, California sends you home from the hospital with a pamphlet and points you to a website with more information.
I feel like that's something that should have been discussed with us in person.
Everyone who came into our room gave us like another pamphlet.
Blood is inherently or intrinsically personally identifiable.
Public records we obtained in 2010 revealed blood spots are also used by law enforcement. We found at least 5 search warrants and 4 court orders for identified blood spots, and that was before the Golden State Killer case made genetic genealogy a common law enforcement tool. Since then, from cold case murders in California to a cold case rape in New Jersey, law enforcement is using blood spots to solve crimes committed by parents before their kids were born. But when we recently asked the California Health Department for an updated list of research and law enforcement requests, the agency denied us, saying it's no longer tracking that information like it used to, and it's not required to create a record telling us who has access to our DNA.
What are they trying to hide?
From consumer watchdogs Jamie Court to genetic detective Cece Moore.
People have the right to choose how their DNA is used and how their children's DNA is used.
For years, everyone from privacy advocates to lawmakers have warned California's secrecy could ultimately harm the biobank. Several states have had to destroy their blood spots after being sued for storing them without consent.
That's a travesty.
And many believe California's biobank could be next.
We need to find ways that parents can consent without harming research.
And so does Ronnie's dad.
Rona wouldn't have existed today if the treatment was not there.
Ronnie's dad supports parental consent and the biobank.
That's the key here.
Thanks to other babies' stored blood spots, Ronnie's not only surviving, he's thriving.